Good morning from Passo Fedaya in the Dolomites. Behind me, we have the highest peak in the Dolomites, somewhere up here. Unfortunately, it's closed today because of the tragic glacier fall that happened a couple weeks back. So we won't be hiking that, but we will be hiking a fun Via Ferrata today, the Via Ferrata Trincee, which translates to the Trench Via Ferrata. For a full trail guide of the Trench or Trincee Via Ferrata, you can check the link in the description below. To start your hike here, you're going to be heading towards Passo Padon, which is to the right up here. Quite a beautiful scene here, and you'll get lots of views of this today. First junction here, and you're going to stay right. Believe this is our Via Ferrata right here. Okay, with a hut behind you here, take a right. Everything is very well marked. There's your Ferrata. 15 minutes it says to the base. So here's a look at our route. See people up on this guy right there, stupid autofocus, and then the head wall, which is the crux right there. You can see the start and the head wall, which is the crux right off the bat here. About 60 meters, I believe, of really tough stuff, and then it kind of levels out a bit up there. Start of the Via Ferrata here. Jackie clipping in. She's going to lead the way up the crux. Looking down that first section, definitely tricky. You got Jack up above. We're making progress. Okay, this is nice. That is a way to wake up yourself, huh? That was good. That's good though. Check out these backdrop views though. Good God. It is so pretty here. Jackie, what'd you think of the first section?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't crap my pants. That was very scary. And I'm still a little shaky, but once you get over that first hump, it's a lot of fun.
All right, up we go. This time they give you some handholds at least, and a lot better rock. Nice. Good job, Jack. Killing it. Next up, we got a little kind of ledge system across, and then I think we top out our first and maybe biggest climb. I'm not exactly sure. Here's a look down. You can see another climber working his way up. Gondola station, and of course, the 100 views. You got Jack working across a little traverse here, and we're gonna round the corner and keep going up. Look at that exposure and view. Nice job, Jack. She's exposed. After a fun little bridge, Jackie's starting the next section. We climb this little dihedral or spire, however you want us to call it, and then eventually you can kind of see people coming down, which is over here, and there's some caves from World War I we're going to check out, so that's pretty cool. And we just send it right up. Look at that backdrop, holy hell. Beautiful. We have just kind of wrapped up the first section of Via Ferrata here. Next up, you're going to descend, and this is a good point. If you want to bail and just go back along the ridge the way you came, down to the dam and the lake and your beer and car and everything, great. You can see people climbing here if you want to do a side excursion. Essentially, you're going to be going around all the way back down to the car. Jackie working down. Definitely the crux of the down climb on this Via Ferrata. You kind of have to trust your shoes and foot placement and your handholds and the whole kit and caboodle. I don't know why I said that. That sounds like I'm 90, but here we are. It's my birthday. I can do what I want. She's just very calculated in her movement. Perfect. Good job, Jack. Looking back to that last section there, the down climb, you can see some people on that spire there for scale. Really gives you some perspective. I'll show you some other angles with the drone here as well, but absolutely gorgeous. As a side adventure, you could climb this tower and then come back here, but we don't really have time for that today, so we're gonna head into the next section, which is far less demanding apparently, aka easier and more history. The history part of it is that we'll be traveling through some tunnels used in training and I think just overall war in World War I. Second Via Ferrata starts right here. Jackie's gonna slay it. Or she's gonna slay me. TBD on what happens first. Stay tuned for the rest of the video. You can back up to that section. It was pretty tricky. You definitely got to trust the rope and your feet and just kind of almost use it as a rappel. You're gonna make your way across these ledges here. Do not go down, that's not where you want to go. You want to keep going across to the next Via Ferrata section. Just check it out. Tunnels. Watch your head. Look at this view. There's just like a network of these things, and this is the longer one here. Let's go check it out. It is really cool. Views. Unreal. Man, this is so cool. This one is quite longer. But just bash my head again. These open up to like insane views below. And then I think pop out right here. Next up, follow this path and the Via Ferrata will start again. We thought the climbing was done. We got a pretty good climb here. This goes without saying, I'll say it anyway. Having perfect weather on this is absolutely a must. You're exposed the whole time unless you want to hang out in a World War I cave. So we've gotten lucky with our big days. The weather has been good, but yeah, don't want to linger too long. Today has taken us far longer than it probably should have, but we're just kind of really soaking it in. A lot of this stuff kind of reminds me of climbing the head wall on the Crestone Traverse, because the rock is very similar, and although it's like slabby, it's still class 4, maybe high 4 in sections. Ridgeline just seems to be so tedious, so I think the cave is right in here just based on the big arrow and the cave that I can see, but geez, this takes so long. Here we go. Whoa. Oh, my head again. Players fuck up every once in a while. We made a big mistake. So we missed the big tunnel, which we're in now, World War I, excuse me, tunnel turn. Basically, when we went straight through that tunnel, where I was like, oh, that's weird, it's just over. You were supposed to take a left. And after you did that, you were gonna have some sections of Via Ferrata because there's a flooded area, I think, or it's just how you get back into here. In either case, you're gonna come through this crack right here and then continue on into the very long tunnel. Tons of little side areas to explore if you want to. Oh, I've hit my head no less than 400 times. Apparently, there used to be some reflectors in here to show you the way. There are some, but it's kind of a choose your own adventure. Lots of little dead ends and outlooks. Really cool though. There's a reflector right there. If you're tall, watch your days over here. If you come out of the tunnels and have this as your view, you know you have gone the right way. Congratulations. Before you head down, check out the shelter the Bontandini shelter. Jackie's in it right now, reading away. Just would be a sick place to spend the night. After a lot of confusion, a very, very unnecessarily long day, we have finally reached our descent point, which eventually we're gonna go down onto this refugo and then over back all the way we came. We just made a quick pit stop at this awesome refugo here. And we're gonna take 680 back to our car. For the tens of Europe viewers and subscribers that I have, at the moment at least, I just want to say Italy is fucking awesome, dude. The Dolomites are so cool. We're having a way longer day than I think we wanted to, and we just kind of stopped at the refugo and had a beer, had a prosecco, had some soup, and I had cake. Really well-rounded meal for me. But I mean, it's like 5 o'clock at night. We have these as our views, and we're in the summer, and there's just people hanging out. I mean, it was really just us, one of the workers and the person working at the refugo, but it's just a culture that we in the United States do not have at all. We will definitely be back for more. I don't know if it'll be the Dolomites or if we'll go to the Alps. We'll see, but it's really cool. It's back to pretty much everything we have done today, and through, around, and back. Jackie wanted to be shout out as I'm eating all the meat that I can't bring back to the United States, because she was right. I speak no Italian. I suck. I'm okay at Spanish, but we just went into the refugo there, and if we didn't have Jackie's Italian, we would be beer and prosecco-less right now. At this trail junction here, you're gonna go right. Whew, that was a toughie. Hooking back, came from there, refugo there. I'm hoping that concludes our climbing today. We're about 3,100 feet, so about 1,020 meters or so, 1,030 meters or so. Definitely leave some gas in the tank for that climb out. It is tough, but the ever-present views here make it so worth it. Amazing birthday, and thanks to my awesome wife for enjoying the same kind of travel that I do, which is go hard until you go home and then you want to rest from your vacation. So back to the initial gondola station, switch back down, back to the car. Basically back to where we started this morning before starting the Via Ferrata here. So that is gonna essentially wrap up our hike on Via Ferrata Delle Trincee, which is, again, translates to like the tunnel Via Ferrata. Overall, an absolutely A+ day. Both Jackie and I had a great time. It took a lot longer than we expected, but we're not super experienced Via Ferrata people. We also are filming, and by we I mean I am filming every 2 seconds, so that definitely slows us down. And we had great weather, so we could just soak in the day. I would definitely rate this as a difficult Via Ferrata, mainly because of that first head wall, which is no joke. It's definitely like good, strong climbers needed, because a fall there you wouldn't be in death situation, but just a very uncomfortable, probably very awkward and potentially dangerous. The views all day have been 100 in every direction, so that's pretty much on par with every hike we've done here in the Dolomites so far. Two random thoughts about hiking in the Dolomites. So number one is the fact that we were able to go into tunnels from 1913 or right around then today. That would never in a million years happen in the United States. Who knows how safe they are? Who knows what time when they've been like checked for any kind of safety, but there's no regulation about it. It's like, this exists, you want to do it, go for it. That's pretty much Via Ferrata in general. I think originally I viewed Via Ferrata as like, you could get up this without the rope and the iron, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm coming to learn that you definitely couldn't. It's like a replacement for trad climbing, but you have your Ferrata gear instead, which is really, really cool. The other thing is, at least in my experience here, there seems to just be like way less land ownership. So there's not like big corporations who are controlling these ski towns and have a monopoly over all of the places where you can go skiing. There's not, oh, you're in private land, you can't go here. We've passed through, I'm sure, a bunch of land that has been used by farmers, but it's just like, okay, there's a fence, like don't go in this area, pass through it. Similar to how a lot of the through hikes are on big hikes in our country. And this is purely based on Colorado. There's so much land ownership in Colorado that it shuts everything down. Mount Lindsay, the DeCalibron, you name it. And I think it's different history, obviously. We have a really deep history of mining, and you know, our country was quote unquote unowned before all these people came and just bought everything, even though it wasn't theirs to buy in the first place. But it's just kind of freeing, I guess. And I'm definitely on a vacation high. I'm definitely on like Europe is great. And as I mentioned, there's parts about hiking here that disgust me, specifically Leave No Trace. Yeah, it's just quite a different experience. And before all the America people get all upset about my comments about Italy and the Dolomites, like, I'll be fair, there is a lot of things here that is just not it. The amount of toilet paper on the trail here is absolutely disgusting. Trash in general, very not great. Number two, there seems to be absolutely no care in the world about staying to a trail. There's social trails everywhere. Just like anything in life, there's always a trade-off. Basically back down to the lake and the dam, which is over there. And yeah, you can see, I think it's Montecella. It's the highest peak in Dolomites behind me here. And that's pretty much gonna wrap up this Via Ferrata Delle Trincee. If you're new to my channel, welcome to me butchering every language that I can't speak, including my own English. Overall, an A+ day. Pretty tough. It's gonna end up being just about 7 miles, 3,000 feet of gain. I am based in Colorado in the United States, but I clearly have hikes all over the world, including a ton here in the Dolomites from this trip. So go ahead and check those out in the playlist I'll have here for a full free trail guide. So everything you need to know about this hike, the Via Ferrata Delle Trincee. You can check the link in the description below to help support the channel through gear. Shop that as well. If you are international and want to buy gear, let me know. Shoot me an email. I'm sure I can make that happen. On behalf of Jackie, who's still working down the trail, and myself, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.